Mbuemo has been Manchester United's #1 target in the transfer window over the last couple of weeks, as Ruben Amorim wants to improve his front line at Old Trafford. The Red Devils have so far had 2 offers rejected for the Brentford star, with their latest offer totaling £62.5 million, including add-ons. But it's still not enough to secure his signature. Whilst he wants to move to the theatre of dreams during the off-season, his current employers have placed a £70 million price tag on his shoulders, which could delay such a move. Given his tally of 20 goals in the Premier League this season, it would be a superb addition, but that doesn't mean other deals could be just as impressive this summer. The latest on United's hunt for new additions this summer. All areas of the pitch have been subject to investment in recent days, with the Borussia Dortmund star Felix Meka, a player who looks set to be approached this window. Atlanta star Ederson is another player who's firmly been on their radar over recent seasons, but a deal has seemed to become unlikely given the difference in valuations. However, moves have also been made elsewhere, with PSG midfielder Warren Zaïre-Emery subject to an inquiry, according to Team Talk's update from earlier this week. The report claimed that United have made their interest clear in the 19-year-old star, who's already racked up 125 career appearances despite his tender age. It also stated that it's unlikely the French side are set to budge on their current asking price of £85 million, in a deal that would be one of the Red Devils' most expensive in their history. Why United's £85 million target would be their next Pogba. Paul Pogba still holds United's club record for the highest fee paid for a player, costing £89 million from Juventus back in the summer of 2016, in what was then also an English record. The Frenchman made over 200 appearances during his second spell at Old Trafford, returning to the club after originally leaving to join the Old Lady on a free transfer. The midfielder caught the eye in his box-to-box role for the Red Devils, often producing a moment of magic with the ball at his feet, helping the club win the Europa League back in 2016-17. He would leave on a free transfer once again in the summer of 2022, rejoining Juve before being hit with a doping ban, which has seen him banned for the last 18 months of his career. However, United could be about to land their next version of the Frenchman this summer, with a move for Zaïre-Emery, matching his compatriot and potentially joining in a big-money deal. He's previously been compared to Pogba by former Arsenal boss Arsène Wenger, with the supporters needing to get excited by his potential move to Old Trafford this summer. He has a bit of Paul Pogba's power, but some common qualities with N'Golo Kanté in his aptitude to win back the ball. Zaïre-Emery is a bit of a mix of the two, a combination of the two 2018 world champions, with his ability to win the duels without committing fouls and then breaking forward and showing his great vision of the play. His underlying stats from the 2024-25 campaign showcase the talent he possesses, having bags of time to emulate Pogba's success given his tender age of just 19. Zaïre-Emery, who's been labeled as one of the best midfielders in the world by agent Jorge Mendes, has completed 93% of the passes he's attempted, registering 5.4 passes into the final third per 90, having the tools to provide chances to those ahead of him. His talents on the ball are further reflected in his take-on success, completing 54% of his efforts, demonstrating skills way beyond his teenage years, something which is a rarity in the modern game. He's also been just as impressive without the ball, winning 51% of his tackles and making 1.1 interceptions per 90, handing Amorim the perfect box-to-box option, just as Pogba was a couple of years ago. Whilst £85 million may be a mammoth fee for such a young talent, he's already showcased that he's capable of performing at the highest level, but it's a scary prospect that he's going to only develop further. If he can replicate the levels produced by his compatriot at the Theatre of Dreams, it would be a stellar signing and one that would prove to be a better signing than Mbuemo, given the levels he's achieved and the heights he could reach in the years to come.